welcome. For this reading, we're bringing through messages from the Lyrans. The theme of this reading that they wanted to cover is how can you better empower yourself? So I have only Divine Feminine energy cards pulled because that's what they wanted, but don't let that discourage you if you're masculine, because we carry both feminine and masculine energy within our energy body. So we'll see what comes through. I'm really interested because this feels more like a masculine topic to me, but yeah, we'll see. Okay, and I'm also going to free pull cards throughout the reading based on what comes through in each pile. So I might use the same decks for each pile. I'm not really sure. They've also been having me focus on my scrying abilities. So we might do some fire gazing and get some channeled messages there as well. We'll see. I'm just kind of going where they're directing me for this reading. So for pile 1, we have Aragonite. Pile 2, we have raw Tiger's Eye. In pile 3, we have Desert Sunset Jasper. All right, I will put the timestamps in the description box and I will see you at your pile. Hi, pile 1. If you chose the Aragonite, these are your messages from the Lyrans. So let's see. You have Lakshmi, Goddess of Abundance. I choose to feel abundant. Wealth is an inside job. Beautiful. You also have Sarasvati, the Goddess of Self-Knowledge. The essence of who I am flows effortlessly into everything I create. I don't know how to pronounce this one. I'm going to do my best. Yashi Soigal. Lady of the Lotus Born. Embodiment is the deepest bliss. My body was made for enlightenment. And then we also have Lala, the Saint of Spoken Words. Every word I say becomes a prayer. I'm the author of my own story. This is really interesting. So what I'm getting here is the more that you focus on your physical health and how you're nourishing your physical body, that is where your empowerment comes from. I'm almost seeing it like strengthens your energy body by being focused on your physical health, your physical body. So I'm seeing someone do yoga. I'm seeing someone moving energy through their body in a way that it's intentional. Like if you feel like you have some heaviness within or your emotions feel really heavy, it's like moving this through your body with, you know, stretching or yoga or Tai Chi, something like that that actually moves energy and increases the flow. That not only nourishes your physical body, but it also increases the, I'm getting the word stamina, but I was going to say it increases the strength of your energy body and your connection to spirit, and it allows your energy to circulate more freely. So that's really interesting. I'm also getting speaking into existence. So like scripting, writing down what you want to see in your reality, saying it out loud. I was watching a video the other day about how the subconscious, you know, that's like basically where our reality manifests from. And it was talking about how whenever you hear that little voice like saying like, oh, that's not going to happen for me, or that's not possible, like saying out loud and affirming to your subconscious that it is possible. I'm getting that for this pile. Like if you're having a lot of self-doubt, speaking out loud, I am empowered, like using affirmations, I am strong, I am capable. Whenever you hear that little voice kind of nagging at you, trying to keep you stuck. So very beautiful. We're going to get some further messages. I am actually feeling like they want me to do some candle gazing for this pile. So we're going to start with that and go from there. But we're also going to get some crystals that will assist you with this journey here as well. Okay. So I've only done this for myself. This is my first time doing it on camera. It is something I will be eventually offering as a service. But for now, I'm only, working with it on my own. So I'm interested to see what comes through. I will just say it tends to come through as symbols and images. So you might have to decode on your end. Interesting. I'm already getting messages. Okay. You might have to decode on your end what it means for you. And also feel free to also do the candle gazing and see if you get anything, that I'm not picking up on. So the first message I'm getting when this flame is dancing here, I'm seeing a person dancing, and also that being another way for you to move the energy through your body. So if you're not someone who feels encouraged to do yoga, I'm seeing dancing. Okay, I'm seeing like a Native American woman with a headdress made of feathers and beads, red beads to be specific. This could be a spirit guide or confirmation for someone. Could be an ancestor as well. Interesting. Now I'm seeing a queen, also with a headdress. Coming through as an ancestral energy. So you could have a royal lineage within your bloodline. It could also be asking you to put your crown back on, right? Empower yourself, put your crown back on. Interesting. I'm seeing a campfire in the woods. There might be a lot of pauses with this, so if I'm quiet, I'm just focusing. I'm seeing a dog. I'm seeing a golden retriever. Or if it's not a golden retriever, it could be like a labradoodle, but I'm seeing like a large yellow dog. Okay. I feel like that's all that wants to come through with the candles. So we're going to pull some crystals and get some additional information about what crystals you can use through this path of empowerment. Okay, so you have Shiva Lingam, but it fell in a spot where I can't grab it. So you might just want to write that one down. We have Appetite. We have Rainbow Mayanite. This crystal came through in the Pleiadian reading where we were talking about what crystals you should be working with. So if you had that pile and you recognize that or remember that, that's double confirmation for you that both readings are for you. We have Blue Lace Agate, which is interesting because we were talking about speaking things into existence, and Blue Lace Agate resonates with the throat chakra. So does Appetite, especially, this one's kind of blue and brown. But a lot of the times Appetite, I have one close by. Where did it go? Anyways, it's very gemmy. There it is. It's very gemmy looking. And the one that I have is like an indigo blue, and it works really well with the throat or the third eye chakra. So you have two crystals here for the throat chakra and one for the solar plexus, which is connected to our sense of empowerment, our sense of willpower. So if you feel guided to work with these crystals, I would recommend it. But to me, just reading this and being a Reiki practitioner as well, I'm getting a connection to your empowerment through your throat chakra and your solar plexus chakra. So working on strengthening both of those will assist you on your path to empowerment. All right, we're gonna close out with the Isis Oracle card. interesting because I just took out the deck, and on the back of the deck, there's only a couple crystal cards, but here's the Lapis Lazuli Temple card. Goddess of Ancient Skies, which also ties into the third eye and the throat chakra. So now I'm getting, again, a tie to more of this like indigo blue that connects both to the throat chakra and the third eye. So very interesting. All right, closing message for pile 1. We have past life, present power, the many spiritual faces of you. All right. I'm getting like a sands of time energy from this, of course, with the hourglass there. So interesting. Definitely past life connection here as well. You could resonate with having past lives where you were disempowered, and in this life you're working towards reclaiming your power that was stripped from you in past lives. You know, a lot of us who are on a spiritual path in this lifetime have that, where it's like we were persecuted for our beliefs or our spiritual abilities in past lives, and in this life we're working to reclaim that. So that could resonate with you, but let's see what the book says. I'm just going to leave it there, actually. There we go. Okay, it says, when the soul is growing in service to humanity, in service to the great feminine and her call that all beings be healed and free, it gathers internal resources to assist on the path. These resources include powers and gifts from other lifetimes. You are currently integrating past life abilities, and you are guided by the oracle of past life present power to be open to shifting internally and in your experience of your own levels of power and spiritual ability. So I'm going to leave it there, pile 1. Thank you so much for joining me for this reading, and thank you to the Lyrans for these messages. If it resonated with you, please don't forget to like the video before you leave the reading, and I look forward to connecting with you in the future. Take care. Hi, pile 2. If you chose the Raw Tiger's Eye, this is your reading. See what messages the Lyrans have for you. So you have Our Lady of Guadalupe, the Empress of Protection. I am safe and divinely protected. I am held in love at all times. You have Queen Esther, the Morning Star. My ego is in service of my soul, and I trust my soul's divine timing. And then you have Mirabai, the Saint of True Freedom. Love is what sets me free. I am married to my own soul. Interesting. What I'm getting here for you, pile 2, is your path to empowerment of self revolves around trust. Trusting not only in yourself, your own intuition, but also trusting in the spiritual forces that are bringing in protection for you and your path. So I'm getting like this beautiful energy of just you trusting the path forward, trusting your guides, trusting that you're being guided by spirit, and really leaning into that. And that in itself will make you feel very empowered, and it will assist you. I'm also getting, you could resonate with someone who needs a lot of space to kind of be their self, be their own person, explore. You could have a lot of Sagittarius energy in your birth chart that's coming through, or Aquarius, but it's almost, I'm getting this energy of like needing a lot of space to kind of be on your path, for you to develop this trust within yourself. So you could also resonate with being someone who's been alone on their path and has had to develop that trust within self, or you could be doing that currently, but that's coming through very strong. Yeah, it says, love is what sets me free, and I'm married to my own soul. So I'm getting it's like a deep love of self, and that's what assists you to develop this self-trust and get on your path to empowerment. So very interesting. I'm going to continue with what I did for pile 1 because it worked out really well. So we're going to see, I'm going to do some candle gazing. Now, I will share the same message I did in pile 1. I've only done this for myself. I haven't done any candle gazing on the channel yet. So just know that a lot of the times it comes through just in an image. And I'm going to leave most of that up for interpretation for you guys. So like if I see something and I mention it, make a note if it stands out to you. And if it stands out to you, go ahead and, you know, do your own research and allow the messages that connect with you with it to connect. But if I do get a channeled message, I will mention what I'm getting. Okay. I'm seeing snow, which is really interesting because we're working with fire, but I'm seeing snow. Interesting. There could be something coming in the winter with regard to this reading for you. Or you could resonate with something having happened within this past winter as well. But I'm getting like the first dusting of snow where everything goes eerily quiet and it's just like this fine dusting of snow. Also, Roswell's in the background making cat noises. So if you hear any weird sounds, it's coming from him as usual. Now I'm seeing like a meteor shower, or like shooting stars, but I'm seeing it like streaks. Almost like, yeah, I guess it would be a meteor shower, like a lot of falling stars at the same time. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe there are meteor showers that happen in August. So definitely look that up if you feel guided. That could connect with you. Now I'm seeing fall leaves. This is so interesting. It's very different than pile 1. I'm seeing fall leaves. There could be something coming between fall and winter. If you've been asking for a time frame, I'm getting between fall and winter. Like between the first leaves falling and the first snow. Okay, I'm seeing a beach. I'm seeing a beach, but it doesn't look like a beach from these times. It looks like a Lemurian beach, like, you know, when the oceans were very, I don't want to say new, but it's like very pristine. It doesn't look like many humans have connected with this beach, and there are large shells. Okay, that feels complete. All right, so now we're going to pull some crystal cards that will assist you on your path to empowerment. So you have rhodosite. I'm hearing stay grounded. I'm hearing with this stay grounded. There's something about staying grounded for you to fully embody your empowerment. You have chrysocolla. And you have Mookate Jasper. There's something very grounding coming through about all 3 of these crystals, because typically I would say chrysocolla would work with the heart and the throat chakra, even the third eye, because it's very bright blues and greens, but I am getting this very grounded energy. Something about you being connected with the earth and you being fully grounded and connected with your physical body is what's going to assist you with embodying your empowerment moving forward. So interesting. Mookate Jasper, even though it has many colors, it can be brown, cream, yellow, purple even. It has a very soothing and grounding energy to it. So if you feel guided to work with any of these crystals, I would suggest it. I'm shuffling the deck we're going to close out with, and this one caught my eye too. So it's the Ancestral Light. So you could resonate with having a deep connection to your ancestors at this time. And if that's you and you've been wondering if they are, you know, if you're really connecting with them, the answer is yes, and they want you to deepen that connection. But even this stone looks very grounding to me. Okay. So we have the scales of balance here. Ancient Tantra of the soul. So we're going to close out with this card. Let me go ahead and pull up this meaning here. Okay. All right. I'll leave it right there. So it says, you are a tantrika, an initiate on the path of divine healing of the masculine and feminine, the two sacred polarities that are universal to human experience. As these energies come into mutual respect and balance, you attain great power, presence, and healing effect on the world, in the world of the soul and in the human world of forms here on this earth. You are supported in further exploring this path now, under the auspices and blessings of beloved Isis. So that is a beautiful way to close out your reading, pile 2. I truly hope these messages from the Lyrans were helpful today. Thank you to the Lyrans. And please don't forget to like the video if you made it this far. It really does help the channel, and I truly appreciate it. All right, look forward to connecting with you soon. Bye for now. Hi, pile 3. If you chose the Desert Sunset Jasper, this is your reading. I'm really intrigued by this pile. I just want to say the other 2 piles had between 3 and 6 cards, or maybe even 3 and 5, but you guys got a whole stack. And, you know, I kind of checked in with the Lyrans, like, are we really taking all of these? And they said yes. So really interested to see where this goes, and I hope they all fit. So we have Catherine Labor, the patroness of miraculous healing. I am ready to heal. I am worthy of the miracles meant for me. We have Amaterasu, the goddess of light. We are all sacred mirrors reflecting back the same light. We have Maya Shan, Princess of Mercy. Giving is receiving. The energy of the universe is merciful. Okay. And I'm not going to try and say this goddess's name because I don't want to do her injustice here. So there it is right there. The mother of believers. I am spiritually and financially abundant. I provide heaven and earth for myself. Interesting. I'm getting a very interesting energy with this pile. There might be a lot of you that chose this pile, which is why so many cards came out. But there's also like different aspects of the self coming through. So I'm getting this very beautiful energy here of working deeply with spirit. I'm getting like a light worker energy, knowing you're here on a mission to work with others. But I'm also getting this very independent, like I can do this by myself energy. So it's really interesting. Okay. You have Dakini, the enlightened feminine. Excuse me. My gut instinct is wise beyond reason. I trust my intuition to guide me. Interesting. We have Mary of Nazareth, the Mother of God. I am blessed. My courage gives birth to the divine. Okay, you have 2 more. Also not going to attempt this one. I'm pretty sure it's by Yara Yogini, but yeah. The essence of all Buddhas. I have the power to make each moment sacred. Everything is material for my liberation. Okay. And then we have this beautiful goddess as well, the joy permeated mother. I am my own guru. I know the self that never changes. Okay. So what I'm getting here is that you are very connected to spirit. This is definitely my light worker pile that is on a mission to work with humanity using their abilities and their gifts in service. So I didn't, you know, I assume that we're all light workers if you're finding my channel, because that's, you know, that's my typical like subscriber base, but this pile feels more like the pile who is out in the world in service of spirit for humanity. So my channelers, my Reiki practitioners, those of you who are actually taking your gifts and abilities and putting that work out into the world, I guess is how I want to say that. But at the same time, you're very independent. You're very capable of looking after yourself without assistance from others. So what I'm getting with this pile of how you can empower yourself at this time is giving yourself the space and the time to fully recharge in between like helping others. Because I'm getting this energy of, even though you are very capable and you are very, like you're helping others, you're doing your part, it's almost like an overgiving energy where your own energy, because you are so independent and you are so capable, it could be depleting your masculine energy a little bit. So there's a message here of balance, coming back into balance with your feminine and your masculine, especially with these two cards right here. With I'm spiritually and financially abundant. I provide heaven and earth for myself. But then this one says my gut instinct is wise beyond reason. And I trust my intuition. It's like this balance of the feminine, of trusting the intuition, and the masculine of like going after what you desire. Just you can empower yourself by maintaining that balance and ensuring that you're not overgiving in situations where you're helping others. The message from spirit is to make sure that you're giving back to yourself as much as you're giving to others, to keep that in check and in balance here. So very interesting. Even this, like, I am my own guru card here. Excuse me for bumping the camera. I'm my own guru. I know the self that never changes. There's a deepening of that happening here with this pile, where that is how you maintain and get into your own empowerment. This pile feels like you're already very empowered. What's coming through more for me are messages of maintaining your empowerment, like not giving and receiving, having that out of balance. Making sure that you're in reciprocal connections that are giving as much to you as you can give to yourself as well. That's coming through. But this is really beautiful. This pile feels very empowered already. So I'm intrigued. We're going to do just a couple minutes of candle gazing and see what comes through. As I mentioned in the other piles, this is my first time doing it on camera, but I tend to get like images, sometimes, excuse Roswell's little noises in the background, sorry about that. So I tend to get more images or like a scene or a clairvoyant message of things, and I'll leave it up for you guys to interpret on your own, but I'll just tell you what's coming through. And if I get any channeled messages or information surrounding what I see, I will also relay that. I'm so interesting because I haven't got clairaudience with this yet, but maybe just because I was quiet, I just heard storybook. So I don't know, that could mean something for someone. You could have a storybook you're attached to. You could have just bought a storybook. It could just be confirmation, if that's you, that this is your pile. Interesting. I'm seeing a neighborhood with a street lamp. It looks like one of those old-fashioned street lamps. I'm hearing feathers. I'm getting a lot of clairaudience with this pile. I'm hearing feathers. Keep an eye out for feathers. I'm hearing the word mystery, mysterious. Snowdrops, those are a flower. Snowdrops. Look up the spiritual meaning of snowdrops if that one stands out to you. I'm hearing the word mystery, mysterious. Snowdrops, those are a flower. Snowdrops. Look up the spiritual meaning of snowdrops if that one stands out to you. and honeysuckle. Okay, feels complete. Interesting. You guys had more clairaudience than the other piles. The other piles had more images, so very intriguing. Hopefully some of those messages resonated with you guys. All right, let's see what crystals you can work with to assist you on your path to empowerment here. Okay, we only have 2 for your pile. We have garnet and we have trigonic quartz. What's interesting here is, again, we were talking about balance and making sure that your energies are balanced, right? I was talking mostly about overgiving and receiving, or feminine and masculine, but here I'm getting like grounding and being connected to the spiritual realms. Garnet is very grounding. It works with the root chakra. It can also work, I'd say the root chakra, but it's very grounding. And then trigonic quartz resonates with the crown chakra, even the soul star, which is the chakra above your crown, that keeps you anchored to divine frequencies. So there's a message here of like connecting your chakras and making sure you have an open energy flow from your crown to your root, so that all of your energy centers are working together. There's a additional message here just about like really staying grounded, but also connected to spirit, not being so grounded in the physical that you're missing messages from the divine, and not being so connected to the divine that you're missing information in the physical. So very interesting pile. We're going to go ahead and close out with an Isis Oracle card. Okay, you guys actually got, oh, you have 3. Okay. So we have soul retrieval, deep soul healing with the goddess. And then we have proper burial for freedom. Sacrifice to Osiris, Lord of the Dead. And then you also have divine sisterhood, community of the spiritual sisters and brothers of the light. Very beautiful. All right. I'm going to start with soul retrieval. Isis Healing Goddess now offers you a spiritual restoration and deep soul healing through the art of soul retrieval, reclaiming pieces of you lost through trauma, old and new. Soon you will enjoy greater wellness, energy, and power, as well as the opening of gifts and soul abilities you did not know you had. Very beautiful. It's really interesting. You could be doing a lot of connecting with your past lives as well. That's what's coming through here. You could resonate with being, you could also resonate with, I'm getting past life regression. You could be a past life regressionist. Yeah, very interesting. Proper burial for freedom. In order for life to flow and express itself, that which belongs to the world of death must be released. There is nothing to be gained and everything to be lost by trying to hold on to that which no longer serves us, which is better left to die, though it takes great spiritual courage and trust to allow this to happen. Osiris, Lord of the Dead, guides you now to release that which no longer needs to be a part of your life so that you may be free. All right, I'm going to scoot this one closer into view. There we go. Divine Sisterhood. In community that is based in equality, respect, healthy boundaries, and personal freedom, with a mutual desire for spiritual growth and honoring of innate wisdom, great miracles occur. You are a part of this community of light. At one time, it existed only in the spiritual worlds, and yet now it is being born on earth. It is a part of your destiny to help create and nurture a conscious community that empowers all of its members and is based in truth. That perfectly sums up the energy I was getting from the cards. It's like you could definitely resonate with having leadership qualities, pulling a community together. And this doesn't just have to be spiritual work or spiritual community, but I'm getting that strongly from this pile. So very interesting, pile 3. I'm going to leave you here, but thank you so much for joining me for this reading, and thank you to the Lyrans. Please don't forget to like the video if you made it this far and it resonated with you. It really does help the channel, and I look forward to connecting with you in the future. Take care.